to Deep Sleep Stories. Thank you to everyone who's been listening. If these stories help you relax or fall asleep, a short review, comment, or sharing the podcast with someone who might benefit is a simple and meaningful way to support the show so that we may continue to offer it for free. Now, take a slow, gentle breath and let's begin tonight's story.
Welcome to Deep Sleep Stories. Tonight you are invited to gently close your eyes and drift into a realm of calm as we journey to the moonlit shores of Lake Geneva in Switzerland. Take a moment to notice the rhythm of your breath, the softness of each exhalation, and the warmth that begins to radiate through your entire body. In this comfortable and soothing space, you can set aside any worries, letting them slip from your mind like leaves floating downstream. Breathe in through your nose, inviting a cleansing wave of serenity, and exhale through your mouth, allowing any lingering tension to slip away. This precious time is all yours. A moment dedicated to rest, healing, and quiet reflection. As you settle more deeply, imagine your body becoming lighter and calmer with every breath, almost as if you are slowly drifting in a tranquil sea of comfort. The space around you seems hushed, the world outside just a gentle hum in the distance. Your mind eases itself into a softer place where the day's busyness recedes and a hush of deep relaxation flows in. All you need to do is settle back, listen, and follow the gentle current of these words. In a few moments, a story will unfold, a peaceful tale of moonlight, Alpine breezes, and the tender lull of water against the shores of a storied lake. Allow yourself to float effortlessly into this dreamlike realm where the hush of night and the natural splendor of a tranquil lakeside scene will guide you ever closer to a profound and renewing rest. Now let the tale begin. Far away from the rush of day-to-day life, there is a quiet pocket of Switzerland where moonlight dances across the surface of Lake Geneva, and the crisp night air carries whispers of mountain pines. Here, at the edge of shimmering water, a single traveler wanders along a stony path, guided by the subtle glow of lunar light. The evening is mild and welcoming, a gentle hush extending across the land, as if nature itself has bowed its head in reverence to the moon's soft luminance. This traveler, serene and unhurried, carries no burdensome thoughts of yesterday or tomorrow. Around them, towering Alpine peaks cradle the lake in protective arms. The smooth surface of the water mirrors the moon, painting a pathway of silver across the gentle ripples. Every so often, the breeze stirs the branches of nearby firs, releasing a delicate scent of pine and fresh earth. High above, the sky appears deep, clear, and endless, punctuated by quiet stars that blink in time with distant memories, weaving a tapestry of night's silent secrets. Taking calm steps, the traveler follows a winding trail beside the lake's edge, where round stones crunch quietly underfoot. The gentle lapping of water against the shore forms a soft counterpoint to the rustle of tree boughs overhead. Even though the hour is late, there's a subtle glow upon the distant horizon, Small towns dot the lakeside, their warm windows shining like homely beacons in the stillness. Yet these lights do not intrude upon the hush. Instead, they accentuate the shadows and lend a comforting sense of life across the lake, a reminder that although the night envelopes everything in restful silence, human warmth and stories continue to glow in hidden corners. In the moonlight, each motion seems unhurried, each passing moment a gentle invitation to observe and appreciate. The traveler's eyes linger on the subtle flicker of reflected starlight dancing at the water's edge. The illumination is so soft that it creates the illusion of a shimmering veil moving languidly just beneath the surface. Every wavelet traces an elegant shape, like quiet calligraphy etched by the moon's pale hand. Now and then, a swan drifts by, its white feathers almost glowing in the nocturnal light, leaving trailing lines of silver in its wake. The swan's grace and calm presence echo the pace of the scene, a peaceful reminder of how quiet movements can hold tremendous beauty. Moving along, the traveler finds a small, smooth rock near the water's edge. With gentle deliberation, they pause and rest there, allowing the night to settle in. The hush of the lake merges with the faint sigh of wind through distant mountain passes, creating a melodic hush that invites introspection. Even the air feels imbued with a sense of tender calm. Perhaps it's the subtle fragrance of wild flowers that grow along the hidden slopes, or the coolness drifting from the snowy summits, or the sense that here, perched on the cusp of mountain and water, time moves slower and every breath is a quiet revelation. High above the mountains, their peaks softly lit by moon glow, stand as timeless sentinels. Their ridges and slopes appear tranquil in the silver luminosity, and from time to time a faint glimmer of snow catches the light, resembling small diamonds scattered across the heights. The traveler, quietly gazing, imagines the story these mountains could tell, of ancient glaciers carving valleys below, of travelers from centuries past who ventured across passes, and of the steadfast cycle of seasons that shape this landscape with patient determination. Yet in this moment, all of that history merges into a single hush, a silence so alive and deep that it wraps around every living thing like a soft blanket of understanding and acceptance. From their vantage point, the traveler sees a gentle path curving away from the shoreline, climbing slowly up a slope dotted with firs and pines. Drawn by the soft rustling of leaves overhead, they stand and follow the trail, each step measured and quiet. Pine needles cushioned underfoot release a fresh, comforting aroma, blending with the mild sweetness of Lake Geneva's humidity. Between the tall silhouettes of trees, slices of moonlit sky peek through, casting delicate shadows on the forest floor. Each movement up the slope invites a deeper closeness with nature, as if the entire forest gently offers its nighttime secrets. With each calm step, the traveler feels the presence of the lake below, still glimmering behind the trees. The gentle lapping on the shore fades into the background, replaced by the soft hush of branches swaying in the breeze. Whispers of nightbirds occasionally echo through the pines, brief yet lingering notes that complement the silent hush. There's something profoundly comforting about this forested path, as though even the creatures within have chosen to carry out their nocturnal activities, wanderings, in a spirit of peace and harmony. Eventually the path emerges onto a small level clearing, carpeted with soft moss and tiny alpine flowers that quietly bloom even under the watchful eye of the moon. The clearing offers a new vantage of Lake Geneva and the mountains that surround it. Settling upon a fallen log, the traveler takes in the panoramic scene, shimmering water below, the contour of distant towns marking the perimeter of the lake, and above, the mountainous guardians standing silently against the night. The glow of the moon, gentle yet persistent, creates a silvery halo upon the water's surface, while each star overhead twinkles, lending an almost magical aura to the entire tableau. The traveler rests here, letting thoughts wander freely. Any fleeting worries dissolve into the deep expanse of night. The hush is punctuated only by the traveler's own steady breaths and the occasional sigh of wind. After a while, a sense of profound tranquility settles in, a wordless understanding that night is not merely the absence of day, but a realm unto itself, a time where quieter forms of beauty flourish. Each breath in is a gift of fresh mountain air. Each breath out releases tension, scattering it to the forest floor, where it vanishes among the dappled patches of moonlight. Time feels slow and malleable, as if the minutes themselves are curious visitors, drifting through the clearing without hurry. The mountains stretch out, immovable and wise. Lake Geneva glimmers like a patient mirror, reflecting the heavens and reminding those who gaze upon it that all things carry a reflection, a hidden side. When seen in such a peaceful light, those reflections are both gentle and hopeful. The traveler senses this calm in every cell of the body, each heartbeat aligning with the pulse of a quiet universe, each breath harmonizing with the winds that caress the Alpine peaks. After a comforting pause, the traveler rises. Their journey continues back down the slope along a different, slightly winding path that returns them to the lake shore. This route weaves gracefully among ancient trees whose limbs arch overhead in a cathedral of leaves. Silver moonbeams filter through, casting intricate patterns on the ground. The traveler almost floats through these patterns, taking care not to hurry, as though each step is an unspoken conversation between footfall and earth. Even in these silent moments, the forest seems to acknowledge the traveler's presence with an unspoken kinship, a feeling that in such silence hearts can speak more freely. Reaching the bottom of the slope, the traveler steps onto a more well-worn path that hugs Lake Geneva's curved perimeter. Here there is a faint trace of civilization. An old bench half hidden by vine leaves, a small lantern that casts a low, golden glow onto the gravel path, and the whisper of distant laughter carried across the water from a tiny lakeside cafe that remains open for a few devoted night owls. Yet even these signs of human touch are subdued, seamlessly woven into the broader tapestry of nocturnal calm. Before long, the traveler's steps lead them to a wooden pier that juts out into the tranquil water. Under the gentle moonlight, the pier appears almost to float, a quiet extension of the shore into the lake's embrace. Its boards creak softly, a lullaby of weathered wood, adjusting to the evening's hush. The traveler walks slowly along the planks, each careful step creating a muted echo of wood against shoe. Out at the pier's end, the breeze feels cooler, carrying the faint taste of lake mist and Alpine air, as if the mountains themselves have exhaled a reminder of their snow-capped presence. Pausing at the pier's edge, the traveler gazes across Lake Geneva. Tiny ripples shimmer in the moonlight, forming an ever-shifting mosaic of soft silver. Shadows of far-off hills outline the horizon, crowned by stars. In the distance, the gentle hum of night welcomes a tender hush, broken only by the soft, rhythmic sounds of water lapping against the pier's supports. The traveler leans on the rail, letting the hush envelop them, as though the entire world has gone silent, in collective admiration of the moon's quiet reign. Below, fish may swirl in the dark water, catching glints of moonlight in subtle flashes. Above, a thin, silken cloud drifts across the sky, momentarily dimming the stars, before disappearing again into the vastness. At times, a distant bell chimes a single, solemn note from a village clock on the far side of the lake, reminding the evening that time still flows, even when it feels so blissfully suspended. In such quiet, the traveler can sense the grandeur of small, seemingly invisible details, the gentle swirl of lake water, the subdued color of polished stones below the surface, the hush of breezes playing among pine branches along the shores. After a spell of quiet awe, the traveler moves away from the pier and heads toward a faintly lit path that curls around a cluster of old stone cottages. Each cottage, adorned with wooden shutters and trailing ivy, seems to slumber under the moon's watch. Soft light glows from a handful of windows, and fragrant flowers line the well-tended gardens, even now releasing gentle perfumes into the breeze. It is a testament to how life in these lakeside villages unfolds in harmony with nature's rhythms, never seeming rushed or out of place. Passers-by with an unhurried pace sometimes pause at a gate or linger on a porch, sipping warm tea under the cloak of night, each moment savored like a cherished secret. Further along, a time-worn church with a delicate bell tower stands on a small rise. Its spire points skyward, almost melding with the stars. The traveler stops to admire its old wooden doors, the intricate carvings along the stone arches, and the silent dignity the structure holds. A sense of reverence hangs in the air here, neither heavy nor somber, but gentle as though centuries of quiet prayers and hymns still echo within the ancient stones. Nearby, a modest garden filled with lavender and rosemary sways in the breeze, their fragrant notes calming and sweet. It seems that everything about the night invites restful contemplation and a release of tension. Beyond the church, the path meanders closer to Lake Geneva again, where an aged willow leans over the water, its branches trailing delicate, silken leaves that ripple across the surface. The moonlight catches the gentle movement of each slender twig, transforming them into floating ribbons of silver. The traveler halts for a moment beneath the willow's canopy, listening to the faint rustle of leaves as if it were a lullaby sung by the tree itself. There, under the arch of those cascading branches, the traveler experiences a comforting secrecy, a pocket of stillness removed from the rest of the world. From behind the willow, a few steps away, another hidden nook reveals itself. A small wooden gazebo perched on a raised platform by the shoreline. Its railing is adorned with vines that twist around the posts, their leaves shining in the night's glow. A simple wooden bench sits at the center, perfectly placed to observe the sweeping view of Lake Geneva's wide expanse. The traveler settles there, allowing the hush of the water and the gentle murmur of the breeze to lull them into deeper calm. Tiny insects buzz softly around the vines, their wings catching moonbeams, turning them into minuscule points of light that swirl and drift. In the hush of that gazebo, the traveler reflects on the timeless cycle of night and day, how each sunset welcomes renewal, and each moonrise offers an invitation to rest and find quiet clarity. The traveler's thoughts wander gently, floating across the lake's surface and up to the mountain peaks, as if exploring the tapestry of life beneath the watchful heavens. In these moments, any sense of urgency or worry simply dissolves, replaced by an abiding trust that peace can be found in the simplest of natural wonders. With each slow inhale and exhale, the traveler feels a deepening kinship with the world around them. The lake, the mountains, the rustling trees, the luminous stars, all weaving a lullaby that resonates through mind, body, and spirit. Eventually, the traveler continues, taking a winding path that ascends slightly through a cluster of old chestnut trees. Their broad leaves form an arch overhead that gently filters the moonlight into dappled patterns on the ground. The air here is cooler, lightly scented by chestnut blossoms and damp earth. An occasional gust of Alpine wind brings a fleeting sense of the mountaintops, of far-off glaciers and snowfields that feed the lake's waters. The traveler inhales deeply, finding in that crispness a reassurance of life's enduring cycles, of water traveling from peak to valley and eventually returning to the sky. Rising along this gentle incline, the traveler notices the subdued glow of a lantern that marks a small stone cabin nestled against the hillside. Approaching it, one can see that the cabin's windows are dark, its occupants presumably tucked into warm beds. Lulled to slumber by the night's hush, the traveler pauses, moved by an inexplicable sense of warmth emanating from the simple structure. It stands as a testament to how even modest shelters can foster immense coziness, how 4 sturdy walls can protect dreams in the vastness of these Alpine nights. Onward the traveler goes, the path now descending once more, leading to a curve along the water's edge. From this vantage, the traveler can see a wide stretch of Lake Geneva, illuminated by the moon, as if the entire surface were a satin ribbon draped around the foot of the mountains. For a moment, the traveler is captivated by the interplay of light and shadow across the water, how certain currents catch the moonbeams in swirling patterns, creating the impression of fleeting constellations on the lake's surface. It is as if the universe above and the one below have joined hands in silent communion, promising that one can always discover something beautiful when one looks closely enough. In the stillness, the traveler hears the distant call of a night bird echoing across the lake. The sound resonates, both lonesome and comforting, a gentle reminder that in nature's hush, all creatures maintain a soft conversation. The traveler carries the sound with them, an emblem of life persisting even in the peaceful cloak of darkness. Slowly, thoughts and feelings settle into an easy flow of acceptance, each inhalation drawing in the alpine hush, each exhalation releasing the final fragments of tension. The path drifts near a solitary boathouse, standing upon sturdy wooden stilts, where small fishing vessels rest at night. A faint tapping drifts from the ropes that hold them, the gentle swaying of boats, rocking in the lapping water. The traveler imagines the early mornings here, when fishermen quietly push off to greet the rising sun, the water calm and silvery, their minds alert yet tranquil. Now, in the moonlit night, the boathouse seems to sleep, in a dream of gently rocking vessels, content beneath the warm watch of the stars. Past the boathouse, the traveler discovers a low stone wall that demarcates a small orchard. Pale blossoms quiver slightly in the nocturnal breeze, their petals aglow in the moon's gleam. The orchard's rows extend down a gentle slope, eventually giving way to the lake. Standing by the wall, the traveler runs a hand along the ancient stones, feeling their rough, cool surface shaped by time and weather. There's something wonderfully grounding in that simple sensation, a quiet link to the centuries of growth, storms, sunshine, and gentle rains that have nurtured every corner of this land. Continuing along, the traveler returns to a familiar stretch of shoreline that meanders under tall poplars, their leaves trembling in the night air. The gentle hush of the lake grows more profound as the moon edges higher in the sky. Its reflection becomes an elongated ribbon of milky light, swaying with the water's gentle pulse. At times the breeze stills entirely, leaving the water so calm that the traveler might believe they've stepped into a painting come alive with subtle ripples and the delicate hush of leaves. Far across the water, a scattering of lights winks and shimmers, reflections from lakeside towns that have begun to slip into their own quiet repose. Upon nearing the end of this reflective journey, the traveler finds a wide, flat rock that juts out over the water, a perfect place to rest. Stretching out upon its smooth surface, they feel the cool stone beneath their back, the open sky above. Gazing upward, the traveler notices the faint glow of the Milky Way arching overhead. A gentle hush envelops everything. Thoughts drift through the traveler's mind like small clouds in a serene sky, and a profound sense of connectedness anchors them in the moment. It feels as though all the swirling concerns of the world have paused, hushed by nature's quiet wonders. Lulled by the night's softness, the traveler rests, absorbing the stillness that drapes over the entire scene. The hum of the wind and the quiet music of the lake intermingle, creating a lullaby that resonates like a gentle vibration in the chest. The crisp mountain air kisses the traveler's skin, and with each slow exhale, a deeper feeling of tranquility blooms, inviting the traveler's eyes to close, if only for a restful pause. Here, beneath the moonlit sky, the traveler finds space to dream, to merge with the hush of the lake and the ancient watch of the mountains. Time seems to dissolve, and the rock feels surprisingly cozy, as if it were meant to be a makeshift bed in the hush of night. Gradually, the crisp edges of the world blur, replaced by the comforting weight of sleep's approach. The lake's gentle lap becomes a rhythmic lull, the night's breeze a peaceful whisper, the moon's glow a guiding light into the realm of dreams. In that merging of awareness and serenity, there is no pressing concern to remain fully awake. The hush itself encourages a soft descent into the deepest realms of slumber. Let the scene now begin its tender fade. The traveler's quiet experiences on this moonlit night become a soothing tapestry in the background of the mind. Each rhythmic wave and tender wind swirl hushes the senses, inviting an ever gentler tide of sleep to wash over. Perhaps you too feel this comforting invitation, a subtle, enveloping feeling that seeps into each breath, into every part of your being. It is safe now to let go, to rest in the glow of a quiet mind and a peaceful spirit. In the stillness, notice how your own breath, slow and steady, begins to align with the calm pulse of nature. The traveler's gentle journey echoes in your thoughts, each peaceful step across moonlit paths, subtly guiding you down the same path toward deeper relaxation. Tension or worry dissolves with each exhalation, floating away into the silent expanse of night. You may feel a gentle warmth fluttering through your limbs, a gentle heaviness that carries you ever closer to the threshold of dreaming. The hush grows deeper. Imagine every muscle in your body releasing, each thought drifting softly as though carried off by an Alpine wind that has traveled many miles just to bring you this serenity. In these final moments, allow the story's tranquil impression to linger, a comforting reminder that there is a place of silence and reflection within you, one that can be visited whenever rest calls. Feel the rhythmic ease of your own heartbeat, the weight of your eyelids gently convincing you to allow sleep to come effortlessly and kindly. It is time now to surrender fully to this gentle night. You have walked by moonlit waters, felt the hush of mountain air, and wandered through a stillness that allows the whole world to breathe with you. As you settle into your restful place, let your breathing remain unhurried and natural. Let your thoughts float with ease, knowing there is no need to hold on to them. Instead, drift into the soothing embrace of the present moment, lulled by the echoes of water and wind, by the calm hush of Lake Geneva's shores. Good night, dear traveler. Sleep well, cradled in the peaceful arms of this moonlit reverie. May your rest be deep and renewing, your dreams gentle and kind. May the softness of Alpine breezes carry you through the night, and the silver glow of the moon guide you to a place of pure serenity where you can float in quiet contentment until morning's first light. Safe and calm in this quiet space, surrender to the gift of sleep, letting every breath lead you further into the warm depths of slumber. Sleep well.